How's it going, guys? Josue back again with another video on HearmeRaw, and today I figured I would take you guys with me on my little walk. I don't think I've taken you guys in nature in a little bit, so yeah, things have been a little hectic, but you know what? Through the hectic times, we learn quite a bit. Over here at Blue Hills, I'm not gonna finish the trail today, but I'm not gonna have enough time. But definitely gonna make sure I come out here again. I haven't gone down this trail before. But as you can see, all the green, it's just so beautiful. Look at that. And the birds. If you can come out here early in the morning, that's good because you can get to see the animals interact. Because later on when you know, the parks get more populated and the humans come in, the animals go into hiding. But this morning I got to see all these beautiful squirrels interact with these birds. It was beautiful, you know. Already saw a frog as well. That was pretty cool. And then some ducks. So yeah, and of course the smells good. It's got a nice little cool air. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So get out to nature. Get out to nature. So this video, I want to talk real quick about getting to know yourself. Getting to know yourself in a world where most people don't. Most people don't venture out. Most people don't even really try to know themselves. I cannot stress to you the importance of this. I really cannot. I really cannot. Know thyself, know thyself, know thyself, know thyself, and know that this is going to be a lifelong process. You will always be knowing yourself because you are an infinite being. You're always changing, you're always growing, you're always evolving. That's what life is. Life never stops. Life keeps on moving forward, and so do you. But you do have to know yourself. You have by knowing yourself, I mean you have to be aware, you have to be present. You have to realize what's going on with you. You have to realize what's going on inside of you. And how to know what's going on inside of you, of course, there's meditation. Meditation, that's really good. That's a very good way to figure out what's going on within you. Like Michael Bear says, the body talks and meditation helps. And the body, that's another way to know what's going on. Your body is speaking to you. Your physical body is a representation of your subconscious mind. So look at your body, look at your body language, look at what you're doing with your hands and your feet. You know, any diseases that you have, these are all signals. This is all your body's trying to talk to you. Your body's trying to talk to you. It's like, hey, something's going on here. Your emotions is another way. Your emotions are telling you something. You have a lot of signs. Something that a lot of people don't look at too is nature. Albert Einstein said it. It's also said in the Bible. God said, you know, look into nature. Nature is going to show you what is inside of you. The thing is, humans have gone away from nature. And by nature, it's not just like being out here in nature. Like this is beautiful here. I've done so much healing being out in nature, being out in the middle of the woods, you know, taking walks alone or with friends, but walks alone are awesome. Taking naps on rocks, you know, or meditating on the sand, grounding myself, taking off my shoes. Sometimes I even get naked, you know, I allow the sun to reach all my body, you know. There's that book, The Seeing Gospel of Peace. It was so beautiful when I read this book. It was so beautiful when I read it because synchronicities, man. Synchronicities are amazing. So someone told me to check out this book, but I didn't check it out yet. But then someone else mentioned it, so I went and I checked it out. And on the day of checking it out, I decided, you know what? Before I start reading this, let me go outside real quick and let me go lay on the grass. So I did that. I went and laid on the grass, and I'm just like laying on the grass. I'm just like looking at the grass. I'm just in pure amazement of the grass. You know, there's grass everywhere, and I think most of us just like it's just grass. But I'm laying down on it. I'm just like, man, this grass is amazing. I'm like literally amazed at grass. And I start reading the book and it starts talking about how magical grass is. I'm like, synchronicities like that are beautiful. That shows you that you're in sync. Synchronicities. Coincidences that aren't really coincidences. You're thinking of a word and somebody says it. You're thinking of a word or you see it on a t-shirt or maybe a song is playing. I remember when I was at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, my friend Sarah asked me, what does the beer stand for? And I was like, wisdom. And then my man Paul Isaac Paul Isaac is an amazing artist. Check him out. He changed my life, man. After Moana got me really into music, really got me into like the whole Hawaiian vibe. And then I went to the Fruit Festival, and Paul Isaac was just a beautiful singer. And Sarah actually was singing Paul Isaac to me a couple of times, and it was just beautiful. And when I left the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I added all his songs, played all his things, and he really just got me to sing. Open up. Open up your heart and let your music play. Let your music play. Open up your heart and let your music play. Yeah, so that's one of his songs. Open up your heart and let your music play. But yeah, and he was there singing. And as soon as I said wisdom, the very next word that Paul Isaac said was wisdom. I'm just like, man, this is just amazing. And I have so many examples of these that happen, and I never used to get these before. I cleaned myself up, before I got healthy. I started following my intuition. I started listening to my emotions. I started to face my dark side, my shadow side, and really get rid of those things. Not get rid of them, but heal them, hug my shadow self, and say that it's okay. It's gonna be okay. You can forgive yourself. I took my place from a low place, and I've been raising my vibration through healthy eating, through nature, through meditation, through communication, through meeting new people, through expanding my mind, through expanding my worlds. So yeah, synchronicities, they let you know that you are on track. So be aware, be present, be in the now. It is a beautiful time. It's a beautiful world. I came from, before I started doing all this, I had a very pessimistic view. When you don't know yourself, how can you know the world? Because you are the world, you are the universe. So to not know yourself, how can you truly know the universe? You could read about, books and science, like you could read about like facts and stuff like that, but do you really feel it? I remember when I was in nature one time, and this was really crucial for me in my journey to helping myself. The voice in my head was talking again. My intuition was talking again. I was just sitting there. I was just looking up. I was looking at the trees, and they were so connected. Like, I'm just like, man, these trees are so beautiful. I was just in amazement of the trees, and the trees teach me so many lessons. The trees teach me about love, cooperation, community, of course, unconditional love at that. And then as I'm staring at the trees, you know what I hear? It's all connected. And when I heard that voice that said it's all connected, I'm getting shivers right now. I felt it through my whole body. I felt it through my whole body as truth. As truth. I didn't need science to back me up. I didn't need any of that. I knew it was true because my body told me it was true. I could feel it in my freaking bones. I could feel it in my DNA. My body was speaking to me. My body was like, yes, you are connected. You are connected to everything. You're connected to these trees. You're connected to this earth. You're connected to everyone and everything. You're everywhere. You know how the Bible says, like, I'm not religious, but the Bible does have some good things. It says God is everywhere. It says God is everywhere and God is always watching. They say that because there is a God within you. And then there's a God in everything. There's a God in everyone. God is everything. God is energy. God is love. The universe is God. So, and God is always watching because you're always watching. Don't you realize that you are always watching yourself? Isn't it a beautiful thing? It's a beautiful thing, this existence. So, how can you know the world if you don't know yourself? Once I started digging in and trying to figure out who I am, it brought me to nature, It brought me to love. It brought me to learning more about myself and everyone around me and everything around me. It made me rethink everything. And I was able to reprogram myself. We have to reprogram ourselves. We do. There's a lot of unlearning to do. Growing up, everything was pretty much a program. We've been programmed for a while, and now we're coming out of it, and it's a beautiful thing. Going vegan, that's one of the programmings that really helped me out, because once I went vegan, that was the first time I spoke up for something other than myself. I spoke up for another being. I spoke up for other beings. I spoke up for Mother Nature. But I still wasn't speaking up for myself, and I still wasn't speaking up for the human animals, because at first I was an angry vegan, and then once I got introduced to the fruit, once I got kidney stones, I got kidney stones. I just was eating too much vegan junk food. Then my body was like, eat some fruit, man, eat some fruit. So I did. And then I started loving myself more. And once I started loving myself more, gradually, I started to love other human beings. I started to appreciate other human beings. I don't think I ever really gave anybody a sincere compliment before I started eating healthy, you know, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think the compliments I gave was more from ego. It was probably from complimenting girls so I could, you know, get them in bed. But now I compliment people on the daily, like, I love your hair, I love your outfit, I love your shoes. You know, yeah, I love to get naked, but the clothes are still cool. I'm not saying I'm anti-clothes. I'm just saying it's perfectly healthy to be naked. There's nothing wrong with nudity. It's not sexual. People can make it sexual, but everything in life is sexual anyway. But anyways, yes, I'm giving compliments on the daily now. I remember one time my aunt, I was watching her give compliments to people, and in my mind I'm just like I found it weird. I was like, why don't I compliment people like that? You know? You see, you can impact change just by being you. You don't have to do much. That's why, like, if you see me like in real life, I'm usually just chilling or having fun. Like, I'm very quiet and I'm just like watching. I like to watch, you know. I like to observe. I like to see the world. You know, this creation is beautiful, and the fact that, you know, I get to, you know, I get to think and then see my thoughts come into reality. That is amazing. And to know that if I get out of my way, if I take the fear out of it, I can be in the process, you know. Once I take the fear out, because if you have the fear, then you have anxiety, you know. Then you're thinking about the past, you know. You're worried about the future, and you're thinking about the past, so it keeps you from being in the present. But when you get rid of the fear, you're more likely to be in the present, and then you can watch your creation, and then you can create more effectively. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Since then, you know, I'm having potlucks. I'm helping more people. I'm helping myself, and I'm feeling good about myself. I can actually speak, you know. I can go up to a stranger and talk to them and things like that. So, and I'm an introvert. I am shy by the definition or whatever. I don't need to be out in the front or whatever. I'm really cool. Like, I love my alone time. I love to be alone, but I also love people, you know. But growing up, man, I thought I was shy. I thought I'd be shy forever, you know. I thought I had no talents, no gifts whatsoever. But, you know, from a very young age, I think I was afraid of this world. You know, the world scared me. The world scared me. And I think a lot of us are scared of the world. I've noticed, I've talked to a lot of people, and, you know, PTSD doesn't just happen from going to war. You know, it happens here. That saying that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a dangerous saying. There are some quotes out there that have been said that a lot of us know that are just very detrimental to our health, because words can cut deeper than a knife. And I know this because I used to use my words to cut people down. That's what happened, especially when I was an angry vegan, and also too. When I used to do videos, I had another YouTube channel. I did videos on like Motorola. Motorola was my favorite, but I used to bash Apple. I used to bash Samsung, and I used to make fun of people that use those products, you know. And so I know what it means, how powerful the word is. You know, words cut deep. They cut deep. We have to be careful with what we say. We have to be aware. We have to be conscious, man. We have to be conscious of our words. Words are magic, you know. That's why when you go to school, you learn how to spell. And grammar is from the word grimoire, which is a book of spells. Your words are magic. Your words are literally magic. So when you're saying good things to yourself, you're uplifting yourself. You're giving yourself energy. You're making yourself happy. Look at that experiment that Dr. Emoto did. He was saying good things to water, and they turned out to be beautiful crystals, right? He said bad things to them, and they were disfigured. He played classical music or good frequency music, beautiful crystals. He played like heavy rock or like negative frequency, like 440 hertz. 440 hertz is what they switched it to. It should be 432 hertz. And that kind of music, it became disfigured. Your words are powerful, and this experiment was done on water. And what are you mostly made out of? You are mostly made out of water. So if you're saying negative thoughts to yourself, guess what? You are damaging yourself. You're hurting yourself. If you're saying thoughts to somebody else, what are you doing? You may be harming them depending on where they're at. They might have raised their level to a point where they're like, that's not true, I'm good. But if not, then yes, you might have hurt them. Then guess what? Not only do you hurt them, but you hurt yourself. Remember earlier I said we are all connected. So when you hurt somebody else, you are hurting yourself. You can't, like when you say negative stuff, like you say harsh words. Like right now, like even if I'm mad at somebody, I'm not gonna go up here and yell at them. I'm not gonna do it, because I'm gonna feel it right away. My gut's gonna tell me, oh JJ, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself? You know? So compassion, man. Compassion is important, and compassion starts with you. So getting to know yourself is very important, and just know that you're not alone. And just, I spoke about nature here, but there's other aspects of nature too. One thing that I really love, numerology. Numerology is powerful. Numerology is the study of numbers. It's another language essentially. It's because everything is energy and frequency. So you look at the numbers. It's a powerful thing. It started for me. The number 69 started for me. That's the number I started seeing being repeated. And really, it's about balance. 6 is about balance, and 9 is a very spiritual number. The light worker number, a number of completion. But that's the number I started seeing. It was really telling me that I needed to balance my life out. But at first I thought it was funny because I thought it was a sex joke, 69. But I was like, I started seeing it everywhere in sweatshirts. I'm like, why is this number keep coming up? Then I finally looked it up, and then I got into numerology. Then I started seeing more numbers, and then one day it hit me. I saw 777. I'm like, 777. Like, I've never seen that before. And then that same day I saw 888. I was like, whoa. And then at the same time I saw 8888 right after it. I'm just like, whoa, like what is going on here? And I got so happy. And so synchronicities. So that's another language right there. And then of course astrology. I talk about this a lot. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that I put that I'm a Pisces sun, Pisces moon, and Gemini rising. Some people don't believe in astrology, but from my experience, it's been highly accurate. Highly accurate, man. So accurate. You don't have to live by it, but it's good to have a little bit of a reference. It's your guide. It's the universe talking to you. It's the universe reflecting itself back at you. Astrology is based on essentially like the time you were born, of course, and the location that you were born in, and so in the location of the planets. It's a beautiful thing, and it's really good to know. You can look up your natal chart. All you need to know is your date of birth, the city that you were born in, and of course the time, the exact time that you were born in. The exact time helps. In numerology, there's a whole thing about numerology, but I focus a lot on the life path. And the life path, you get it by doing your full date of birth, and you can look up a life path calculator. I'm an 11 life path, a master number of intuition. Like I have really good intuition, and I've had it since I was a kid. My mom even told me, and I realized and that's the thing too. When I started going out there, it came back. My intuition came back. When I started like helping people genuinely, for some reason, I'm just like, I was able to just tell them what they needed to hear. I was able to figure things out, and I'm just like, how did I figure that out? Like, how am I doing this? It really like blew my mind. I'm just like, how am I doing this? And you have gifts, you have talents, but you have to go within. You have to connect with that source within you, and then you'll see that there are no limits. That's another saying: the sky's the limit. There are no limits. Can you imagine too if we can come out here and speak up for nature? We can speak up for the animals. We can speak up for Mother Nature, and really start to go back on the things. Because one thing I've really been wanting lately is to actually be able to see the stars, to see the stars again. At least in the United States, it would be nice to see the stars, but now we don't see the stars anymore. Could you imagine at night just laying down and looking at the stars? Or maybe we could you could be like in a treehouse with a sunroof or whatever, and you could still be inside, but you could see the stars. Nowadays we have to put like light, glow-in-the-dark stars on our ceilings in our rooms to see the stars or whatever, but actual stars. It would be nice to actually realize that we are floating in space. We wouldn't be so bored with life. So many people are bored with life, but I'm like, how can you be bored with life? No one even can really truly understand or explain what a rock is. We will never be able to explain life, and we don't need to be able to explain life in order to enjoy it. We don't. So I'm always saying, I don't know anything. Hi, son. Hi. I don't know anything. I don't. But I know a lot about a lot of things, but I don't know everything. And it's not really my job to know, but it's more or less my job to come here to experience, to learn, to grow. And I want to encourage you guys to have more fun with life. Enjoy life more. Don't take life so seriously. I'm telling you, I came from a place where I took life very, very seriously. And luckily, beautiful people came into my life. First one, Kelly, if you're watching this. she showed me how to really enjoy life more, because there were just times where she was just like, she was having a lot of fun, and I'm like, why is she having so much fun? Like, we need to do this, we need to do that, like, we need to be serious. And then I would actually, not only did I ruin my mood, but I ruined her mood. So being too serious all the time is not so good, and also being controlling is not so good. It's very important in this life to surrender to life, to surrender to the flow of life. You know, think, you know, in terms of when you want to manifest. You make sure your thoughts are good and your thoughts are aligned to what you truly desire. But then get out of your head and be in the present and look around you and be here. Be here now. It's very important to be here now. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section below. Of course, hit the like and subscribe for more videos like this one if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.